Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a great day. By the way, I am your tour guide today. My name is Junel S. Gadingan, and welcome to the Peel World Tour. Before we are going to start our journey to the most beautiful heritage in Asia, North America, and South America, make sure that all of your things are completely packed and left nothing. And if you have some questions, you can just reach me and I'll be happily answer your questions regarding to our tour. Okay? So let's go! Welcome to Asia, ladies and gentlemen. Our first destination is here in the country of China. So, this is what we call the Great Wall of China, and it is here in Beijing. China's wonders of the world. The Great Wall of China is not just China's, but one of the world's top most visited attractions. The Great Wall of China doesn't really need much of an introduction, though the entire length of the Great Wall is not easy to discern. The beginning of its construction dates back to 5th to 8th century BCE. Most of the wall that stands today and is widely regarded as the Great Wall was built during the reign of the Qing dynasty to defend the region against Mongol insurgents. The wall in its entirety is 21,196 kilometers long. The Qing Wall in itself stands at 8,850 kilometers, of which 6,259 kilometers is actual wall and the rest is trenches and natural defenses. This entire length is also complete with more than 25,000 watchtowers, though a substantial part of the wall is today in ruins, around 30% of it. Parts of the wall around Beijing are kept in top condition today, mainly because they are a huge tourist attraction. Areas near Beijing which see the most tourists are Jishanling, a famous hiking track, and Mutianyu, the best kept section of the wall. There are various tours of the Great Wall and many sections you can visit depending on your preferences. Our next stop is the most popular of the top 10 things to see in China, the Forbidden City in Beijing. It was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1987. To call the Forbidden City sprawling is an understatement. 980 buildings encompassing 7.8 million square feet will test the stamina of any sightseer. The Forbidden City is a 180-acre large complex which served as the palace of the Emperor of China for 500 years between 1420 to 1912. Glorifying the ancient Chinese palatial architecture, this sprawling complex contains within its 980 buildings. It is recognized as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. It is named so because it was forbidden to enter the complex without the permission of the emperor. Today, the Forbidden City is the location of the Palace Museum. It's divided into two parts: the outer court in the south where the emperor exercises authority over his subjects, and the inner court in the north which was his residence. The entire complex is full of stunning architecture and buildings and is one of China's top attractions. The collection of the Palace Museum are unbelievably extensive, with more than 1 million artifacts of bronzeware, ceramics, paintings, jade, and timeware. You will start your tour at the Meridian Gate and exit out of either the Gate of Divine Prowess or the East Prosperity Gate. Our next stop is here in the country of India. Welcome to Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal, the symbolic representation of eternal love, is located in Agra, India. This magnificent monument stands as a symbolic representation of love and care which the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan had for his wife Mumtaz Mahal. The story behind this eternal love story dates back to 1607. Shah Jahan, who was initially named as Prince Khurram, was the son of Jahangir, who was the fourth Mughal Emperor of India. Jahangir was the grandson of Emperor Akbar the Great, who is considered as one of the finest Mughal emperors from the Mughal dynasty. In the year 1607, Shah Jahan was strolling down Mina Bazaar when his eyes caught sight of a girl selling silk and glass beads. It was love at first sight for Shah Jahan, and the girl hawking the beads was no other than Mumtaz Mahal, who was then known as Arjuman Banu Begum. She was a Persian princess who was 15 at the time, while Shah Jahan was only 14 years old. Emperor Jahangir gave his nod for the match in the year 1612. In northern Cambodia lies one of the largest monuments in the world. Angkor Wat is a treasured Buddhist temple in the allure of the Angkor Archaeological Park. Located 6 kilometers north of Siem Reap, Angkor Wat is considered as the gateway to the ruins of Angkor. This temple is a national icon and source of pride for Cambodia, and is also proudly displayed on the national flag. The city of Angkor, in which lies the Angkor Wat Temple, was built in the 12th century by King Suryavarman II of the Khmer Empire. The park is spread across an area of roughly 400 square kilometers, making it the largest pre-industrial city in the world. The park shouldn't be considered as just a collection of different temples and monuments. Angkor was a well-established city, and the temples were a part of that flourishing city. The main temple among them all was Angkor Wat, which has been rebuilt many times by different kings of the Khmer Empire and later the kings of other dynasties according to their preferences. The ruins of Angkor feels like you've entered a completely different world where the lines of reality and fantasy have become blurred. Our last stop here in Asia is here in Thailand. Welcome to the land of Wats, Ayutthaya, Thailand. Ayutthaya, short for Pranakon Sayutthaya, is a small city in Thailand containing archaeological sites like temples, monasteries, palaces, etc. It lies just 80 kilometers north of Bangkok and hence is an ideal destination for a day trip from Bangkok. It is often referred to as Krung Khao or ancient capital. Ayutthaya was a significant center of trade, economy, art and culture during its time and successfully flourished for over 400 years. It is a beautiful city oozing history and culture and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It derives its name from the Sanskrit word from the place Ayodhya of Ramayana, the birthplace of Lord Ram. It is architecturally rich. It is a magical land for photographers. Ayutthaya offers a lot of wats and monasteries like Wat Prasri Sanpet, Wat Mahatat, Wat Ratkaburana, and many more where tourists usually go for sightseeing. It is a popular day trip choice for travelers who are in Thailand and who want to see something different that has visually more heritage. Today, in comparison to ancient times, a lot of modern Thai culture is evolving in this place. A lot of guest houses and cafes have been built for tourist recreation. Now, please pack your things and let's go to North America. One of the more prominent Francophone areas worldwide is Quebec. It is rich and vibrant in every sense. Culture, art, adventure, religion, natural beauty and luxury are all found in abundance in Quebec and makes it one of the most versatile areas around the world, fit for any tourist. One of the few cities of North America that hasn't yet lost its old world European charm is Quebec. It is the perfect tourist destination. Its beauty not only lies with its aesthetically pleasing neighborhoods, lush country, religious and indigenous culture, but also in its versatility as a tourist destination. There's so much to do all year round for everybody. From taking a leisurely stroll around Old Quebec and marveling at its architecture to finding oneself in awe of the Montmorency waterfalls, the tourist has a large range of activities to pursue at Quebec. Culturally, Isle d'Orléans and Wendake offer a refreshing look into the city's history with scenic natural surroundings to delight the eye. There is no one fixed time to visit Quebec. For winter in the city is as picturesque and engaging as any other time with skiing, dog sledding, snowmobiling through the city's snowy area for more adventurous tourists, and the Winter Festival. Thus, Quebec is filled with gems and is great for a quick getaway and simultaneously a week's worth of beautiful experience and travel. Our next stop is here in the country of USA. Welcome to Everglades National Park, Miami. It is built in 1947 to conserve the degrading landscape. Everglades National Park is undoubtedly one of the largest national parks in America, spread across an area of 1.5 million acres. The park is truly a retreat in nature's lap encircled by mangrove forest, pine forest, marine life, freshwater lake, and tidal estuaries. Camping in Miami's Everglades gets better with two furnished campsites, beach campsites, and unhindered peace. The Flamingo Campground is open around the year catering to tourists from around the world, while the Lone Pine Key Campground offering a 108 individual campsites, available from November to April. It needs prior reservation. A car camping site and two front country campgrounds are also there in Everglades National Park to add to your journey. To experience wilderness camping, travelers surely need to have a wilderness camping permit for a hassle-free stay. You will be surely accompanied with good food, lavish arrangement, and exotic memories. Our next stop is here in the country of USA. Welcome to Colorado. Colorado, also called the colorful state. Colorado is a natural beauty. It is a fusion of lush green grasslands, majestic mountains, magnificent historical monuments, and boasts of a rich culture that includes many Native American tribes. There are cultural events all year round, the Colorado Shakespeare Festival being one of them, and it's something one shouldn't miss. Roxbury State Park, Rocky Mountains National Park, Hanging Lake, Garden of the Gods, and Breckenridge are the most famous tourist attractions in Colorado. Colorado is famous for scrumptious local delicacies like the honey scrape apple, Palisade peaches, and Rocky Mountain oysters. The state is dotted with numerous hot springs, which is popular family getaway spot for locals. Skiing, hiking, river rafting, and camping are some of the more popular activities here. Colorado is also home to the world's highest cograil wheel that goes to Pikes Peak, which is an experience worth trying. Colorado was once home to the mighty dinosaurs and Piquet-Wire Canyon lands. One of the many archaeological sites to find dinosaur fossils is also the largest dinosaur track site in the USA. The state was once home to dinosaurs and there are many archaeological sites with fossils. Our next stop is here in New York. Welcome to the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty is located in Upper New York Bay on Liberty Island. It is a revolutionary structure and a lasting symbol of freedom and democracy. It is probably the most well-known monument in the world. More than just a tourist spot, this iconic symbol is a welcome beacon to immigrants who come to America seeking opportunities. The Statue of Liberty was a joint effort of US and France. It proposed to recognize the enduring friendship between the citizens of the two countries. The statue is well placed on a pedestal in Liberty Island. It is south of Ellis Island. It creates a sense of pride for people of America whenever they come to Ellis Island to visit this marvel. It is also designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It has a spiral staircase with 162 steps joining the lady's feet to the crown. Visiting the crown of the Statue of Liberty visitors is a rewarding and an overwhelming experience, giving a sight of the harbor, a glimpse of Lower Manhattan, Brooklyn, the Verrazano Bridge, and Staten Island. Our last stop here in North America is also here in USA. Welcome to the Yellowstone National Park. The Yellowstone National Park is located across 3 states. The Yellowstone National Park is one of the most popular national parks in North America and also the world. The UNESCO World Heritage Site is known mostly for its several thousand geothermal features, stunning views, and the vast array of flora and fauna which are found here. The Yellowstone Park is a feature on nearly 3 million itineraries every single year. It has become a top holiday destination in the US, and during the on-season is quite crowded. The geyser basin in the park will get you acquainted to erupting geysers and captivating hot springs. The unusual growth of bacteria in the mineral-rich surfaces around these features makes for some brilliant and colorful sights, like the breathtaking Grand Prismatic Spring. And then you have the huge collection of geysers, such as the famous Old Faithful, erupting regularly at short intervals, and the Steamboat Geyser, the largest geyser in the world. Now please pack your things and be ready because we are now going to South America. Our first destination here in the continent of South America is here in Brazil. Welcome to Iguazu National Park. The Iguazu National Park consists of 2 national parks. One in Foz de Iguazu, it is in Brazil, and the other one is the Puerto Iguazu, it is in Argentina. The curious thing is that although one only sees the falls as the main attraction, the park has a size of 252,982 hectares. It is 67,720 on the Argentine side and 185,262 on the Brazilian side. These falls in Argentina and Brazil managed to attract so much attention that almost at the same time they were declared national parks. In 1934 in Argentina and 1939 in Brazil. And after some years and millions of visitors fascinated by the landscape and the sound of this natural attraction, UNESCO declared them as World Heritage Site in 1984 and reaffirmed as exceptional universal value. It is their cultural and nature. It's so important that its conservation should be a worldwide interest in 2013. Our next destination is here in Chile. Welcome to Rapa Nui. Rapa Nui's mysterious Moai statues stand in silence but speak volumes about the achievements of their creators. The stone blocks carved into head and torso figures average 13 feet or 4 meters tall and 14 tons. The effort to construct these monuments and move them around the island must have been considerable. But no one knows exactly why the Rapa Nui people undertook such a task. Most scholars suspect that the Moai were created to honor ancestors, chiefs, or other important personage. However, no written and little oral history exists on the island, so it's impossible to be certain. If you're planning to visit again, I will give you these important details. So, when to visit? High season on Rapa Nui is a southern hemisphere summer. It is January to March. Though winter can get a bit chilly, average maximum still hover around 72 Fahrenheit or 22 degrees Celsius. And minimums dip to only 57 Fahrenheit or 14 degrees Celsius. So the weather is really rather pleasant year-round. It reduced crowds are an added attraction in the off-season. How to visit? Cars, motorcycles, and mountain bikes are available for hire, and all are good ways for visitors to explore the island's scattered archaeological sites. While most people visit Rapa Nui to explore its cultural history, the island is also home to some excellent diving, surfing, and enticing beaches when a bit of relaxation is in order. Our next stop is here in Colombia. Welcome to Port Fortressas and Group of Monuments, Cartagena. It is considered by many to be the most beautiful city in South America. Cartagena is located on Colombia's Caribbean coast. This colonial city is protected by an impressive fortress and boasts some of the world's best preserved colonial architecture. Famous for its strong civil and military architecture during the Spanish colonial times. The fortress protected the city during numerous attacks, earning Cartagena the nickname La Heroica. Our next stop is here in the Republic of Ecuador. Welcome to Galapagos Island. These 19 islands and its animal inhabitants once inspired Charles Darwin's theory of evolution by natural selection and continue to delight all travelers who visit its shores. Perhaps the last unspoiled place on earth where man continues to respect boundaries of Mother Nature and wild creatures prosper without fear of man. Walking amongst this wildlife creates a memory you will never forget. Our last stop here in South America is here in Eastern Cordillera of Southern Peru. Welcome to Machu Picchu. Hidden within the lush of Peruvian mountains, this Incan kingdom remained a secret for ages and now is the continent's best-known archaeological site. While some travelers choose a plush train ride to enjoy the view in comfort, others choose to trek the original Inca Trail and after several days are delighted by the ruins that dot their races. But for all, a tremendous sense of wonder for ancient society can be felt. Okay, thank you for giving your trust in our company, Peel World Tour. If you have some questions regarding to our tour, please raise your hands. Okay, once again, I am Jonel S. Gedingan and I hope you have learned something from our tour. Bye!